It's a question. What is consciousness hacking? First, how many people are here for the first time? Okay, cool. This is good. It's interesting. We have a growing meetup, but we also usually have about half new people, so it's kind of cool. So I'll give you my best sense, and it feels like every meetup I have a new perspective on what the hell is happening here. I'm trying to figure it out. What it's become is an international community. We have about probably getting close to 20 meetups now that are either already started or starting. We had 3 new ones just this week that people are beginning to start. And they're in everything from Bangalore and Berlin to Santa Barbara, one starting in San Diego soon. We have a Palo Alto one, a San Francisco one. So they're sort of popping up all over the place. And as you saw from this intro session, it represents a very diverse crowd. So I can't say, oh, it's just engineers. I can't say, oh, it's just people that are, spiritual teachers. I can't say it's just neuroscientists. It's actually people from all walks of life. It's actually one of the most diverse groups that I have found, but there is a common interest that everyone shares. As far as I can tell, I think. Let me know if you think this is wrong. The common interest, as far as I can tell, that everyone has is an interest in the exploration, the use, and the development of new modern tools for the elevation of the human experience in humanity, for increase in our sense of well-being, our sense of human connection, our feelings of love, compassion, empathy, gratitude. There's no one word or one sentence to describe what we're actually trying to instill or trying to accomplish, but I think what is happening here in this room is a recognition that there is a largely untapped human potential. And that potential is pointed to by many, many different traditions, from spiritual traditions, meditative traditions, to even modern forms of Western therapy. This potential to be more whole, to be more healed, to feel more comfortable in our skin, to feel more connected, to feel a sense of unity, a deep sense of compassion, a sense of selfless love. There are so many different qualities that we can grow into, not only as individuals, but as a collective human culture. And the other recognition is that, sure, there are tools that are 3,000 years old that we have been using that can do this. If you incorporate it into your life, or you spend the hours a day on a cushion, or you spend that time, the 10,000 hours in a cave, or whatever it might be. And these are tools that I certainly use in my life. But the engineer in me says, I think that there's an evolution here that's possible. There is a deeper, more sophisticated, more evolved way that we can begin to approach this. And when I look at the technology landscape around us, what I see is the technology in our pockets, on our desks, the technology we have against our ears, in some ways actually doing the opposite. In some ways creating a distraction. Actually, if your phone does not distract you, then it's broken, and you take it back to the Apple Store. Because its job is actually to pull your attention away from whatever it is you're doing and pull that attention into whatever it's calling for inside of its interface. It's literally an attention-grabbing machine, and now we have an entire attention marketplace that competes for your attention. And that attention is often, almost always, drawn to something that is basically an external version of our own mind wandering. Right? The kind of endless circular thought process that we have inside of our own heads. That's kind of what is happening on Facebook and Twitter. We kind of get to hear other people's mind wandering as well. And so we kind of live in this collective sort of technological mind wander. And so there's this open question, can technology actually serve a deeper purpose? Can we actually get together and think of and build technologies from the heart, from our intuition, from a deep sense of profound connection? And I believe the answer is yes. And I don't know what that technology looks like. It's an open question. And the hope, my hope, is that by getting together in groups like this, we can begin to explore this totally open space of possibility. These open possibilities for how we can create new tools to support the evolution of not just our individual experience, but our collective experience. And I believe that when we change the place from which people live, when people come from a place of love and connection as opposed to a place of fear and hatred and greed and a sense of fundamental separateness, and when we reverse that, I actually believe that a very different world emerges. And so it's sort of a bottom-up approach to solving the world's problems by changing humanity's internal experience. So that's the consciousness hacking vision in a nutshell for this 5 minutes. And then ask me tomorrow and maybe it will change.